Are you thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 16 Pro Max? Hold up. What if the iPhone 17 Air is right around the corner with features that blow your mind? Let's dive into why waiting might be your smartest move yet. Now, don't get us wrong. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a beast of a phone, but is it worth dropping over $1,000 when something potentially revolutionary is just around the corner? Let's break it down and see why you might want to hold on to your current device for just a little bit longer. Before we dive into the future, let's take a quick look at what the iPhone 16 Pro Max brings to the table. It's got that gorgeous 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate. The A18 Pro chip under the hood is an absolute powerhouse, and that triple camera setup, it's still one of the best in the business. But here's the thing. It's not exactly reinventing the wheel. Sure, it's faster, the cameras are a bit better, and maybe the battery lasts a smidge longer. But if you're rocking an iPhone 14 Pro or 15 Pro, are these incremental upgrades really worth shelling out over $1,199? Let's break down some of the key specs. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch Super Retina XDR display with ProMotion technology. It's powered by the A18 Pro chip built on a 3nm process, which promises blazing fast performance. The camera system is a triple threat, featuring a 48-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel telephoto with 5x optical zoom, and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide. For all you selfie enthusiasts, there's a 12-megapixel front-facing camera with improved low-light performance. Under the hood, you'll find 8 GB of RAM and storage options starting at 256 GB. The phone's wrapped in a sleek titanium frame for added durability, and it's all running on iOS 18, which brings some fancy new AI features to the table. Now, don't get us wrong, these are impressive specs. The A18 Pro chip is a beast, and that camera system can produce some truly stunning shots. But if we're being honest, it's all starting to feel a bit samey? Where's the excitement, the innovation, the feature that makes us go, wow, I need that in my life right now? And that, dear viewers, is where the iPhone 17 Air comes in. But before we jump into the future, let's talk about why you might want to skip the 16 Pro Max, even if you're due for an upgrade. All right, let's get real for a second. If you're rocking an iPhone 12 or older, the 16 Pro Max is going to feel like a massive upgrade. But for everyone else, it might be worth hitting the pause button on that upgrade itch. Here's why. First off, let's talk about those incremental upgrades. The 16 Pro Max is a great phone, no doubt. But if you've got a 14 Pro or 15 Pro, you're not going to see mind-blowing improvements. Sure, it's faster, the cameras are a bit better, maybe the battery lasts a smidge longer. But are these changes worth dropping over $1,000? That's a question you'll need to ask yourself. Speaking of which, let's talk about that price tag. Starting at $1,199 for the base model, the 16 Pro Max isn't exactly pocket change. And if you want more storage, be prepared to sell a kidney. It's a serious investment and one that might not pay off if you're already using a relatively recent iPhone. Then there's the design. We hate to say it, but it's starting to feel a bit stale. Yes, it's premium. Yes, it's sleek. But it's also familiar, really familiar. Where's the excitement? Where's the design that makes you do a double take? But here's the real kicker. With the iPhone 17 Air on the horizon, buying the 16 Pro Max might leave you with a serious case of feature FOMO, fear of missing out, in just a year's time. While the 16 Pro Max does come with some new AI features courtesy of iOS 18, the real AI revolution is expected to hit with the 17 series. Why buy now when the real game-changing features are just around the corner? And let's not forget about 5G and battery tech. The 5G networks are still evolving. By the time the iPhone 17 Air rolls around, we might see some significant improvements in 5G technology and coverage. As for battery life, while the 16 Pro Max has solid endurance, rumors suggest Apple's cooking up some serious battery innovations for the 17 series. Now, we're not saying the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a bad phone. Far from it. It's a top-tier device that'll serve you well for years. But if you're on the fence about upgrading, or if you're happy with your current iPhone, it might be worth holding out for what's coming next. And trust us, what's coming next is looking pretty darn exciting. All right, folks, it's time to peer into our crystal ball and talk about the star of the show, the rumored iPhone 17 Air. Now, remember, this is all based on leaks, rumors, and industry whispers. But if even half of this stuff is true, we're in for a treat. First things first, the name. Previously rumored as the iPhone 17 Slim, it looks like Apple might be bringing back the Air moniker, and it's easy to see why. This thing is shaping up to be the sleekest, most portable flagship iPhone we've seen in years. So, what's the rumor mill saying? Well, buckle up because it's a wild ride. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to feature a significantly thinner design. We're talking a noticeable slim down here. If you thought the current iPhones were slim, the 17 Air might make them look chunky in comparison. This slimmer profile is rumored to be achieved partly through a shift to an aluminum chassis, moving away from the titanium frame of the 16 Pro Max. This could help with the weight reduction and potentially even bring the price down a bit, though let's not get our hopes up too high on that front. The front of the device is getting a makeover too. We're hearing whispers of a narrower dynamic island, freeing up even more screen real estate. And speaking of screens, here's where things get interesting. The display is actually rumored to be slightly smaller, coming in at around 6.6 inches. Now, don't panic. This combined with slimmer bezels could make for a much more pocketable device without sacrificing the immersive experience we've come to expect from flagship iPhones. Of course, it wouldn't be a pro-level iPhone without a ProMotion display, so expect those buttery smooth variable refresh rates. But Apple's not stopping there. Rumors suggest we might see an anti-reflective display, saying goodbye to annoying glare and hello to better outdoor visibility. The camera system is getting some love too. While we're hearing about a relocated single camera, possibly to accommodate the slimmer design, the front-facing camera is rumored to get a significant upgrade to 24 megapixels. Sharper, more detailed selfies? Yes, please. Under the hood, expect the usual generational upgrades. We're talking 8 gigabytes of RAM paired with a 3nm A19 chip because, let's face it, there's no such thing as too much power, right? Now here's the part that might make you wince a little. With all these upgrades, the 17 Air is expected to come in at a higher price point than the current 16 Pro Max. We're hearing whispers of it starting north of $1,199. Ouch! But here's the kicker. This isn't just about specs. The iPhone 17 Air represents a philosophical shift for Apple. It's about making a flagship phone that's more portable, more efficient, and potentially more sustainable. It's about challenging the notion that bigger is always better. Let's not forget about the AI angle. While we don't have specifics yet, industry insiders are buzzing about some major AI innovations coming with the 17 series. We could be looking at on-device AI that makes Siri actually useful. Imagine that. Camera AI that rivals professional editing software, and predictive features that make your iPhone feel like it can read your mind. So here we are, the million-dollar question, or should we say the $1,199 question. Should you buy the iPhone 16 Pro Max or hold out for the iPhone 17 Air? Let's break it down. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a solid choice if you're using an iPhone 12 or older and desperately need an upgrade. It's also great if you absolutely can't wait another year for a new phone, or if you prefer larger phones and aren't sold on the idea of a slightly smaller display. Pro users who need the absolute best performance available right now might also want to consider it. On the flip side, the iPhone 17 Air might be worth the wait if you're intrigued by the idea of a slimmer, more portable flagship iPhone. If you're excited about potential AI innovations and are okay with waiting a year for potentially game-changing features, this could be the phone for you. It's also a good option if you're using an iPhone 13 or newer and don't urgently need an upgrade. Just keep in mind that you might need to be willing to pay a premium for this cutting-edge tech. Here's our take. Unless you absolutely need a new iPhone right now, waiting for the 17 Air could be a smart move. It's not just about the specs or the design, it's about being part of what could be a significant shift in Apple's approach to smartphones. Think about it. The iPhone 17 Air could be the device that bridges the gap between the regular and Pro models. It could be the phone that makes flagship features more accessible. It could be the iPhone that makes us rethink what we want from our smartphones. Plus, let's be real, there's something exciting about being an early adopter. Imagine pulling out the iPhone 17 Air at a party or a meeting. It's not just a new phone, it's a conversation starter. It's a piece of the future in your pocket. But hey, we get it. Waiting isn't for everyone. If you need a new iPhone now and the 16 Pro Max fits the bill, go for it. It's a fantastic device that'll serve you well for years to come. But if you can hold out just a little longer, you might be rewarded with something truly special. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more updates and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news. Stay ahead of the game with us.